Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Thomas Jefferson said, "If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done." Benjamin Franklin said, "Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning." Basically, get off your duff, get to working, you've got dreams, you've got goals, you've got to do what it takes to get them. Like, subscribe, comment, show what your opinion is. Let me know if you like what you've seen. And I thank you for your support. Howdy, folks. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. So, I saw an article. It was from Gateway Pundit, and I had to investigate because they get a little political, and I want to make sure that I'm getting the full information. And it was about this here Venezuelan prison gang that's become a migrant gang by the name of Tren de Aragua. And these folks sound like they're basically the new MS-13. These folks sound violent. These folks may have had one of their members be complicit with what happened at Lake and Raleigh, and they may also be taken over. They may have also have taken over a apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado. But what it does look like, proof positive, is that these are a violent group of individuals that are willing to shoot cops and do other violent things in this country, because one of the things that they had to do was a brutal jewel heist in Denver. So let's talk about these folks. So first off, let's talk about who this gang is. Tren de Aragua, which is short for, or Spanish for Aragua Train, largest criminal organization in Venezuela with over 5,000 members. These folks have territory in Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Ecuador, Nicaragua, Peru, Panama, United States, New York specifically. Well, they also look like they're doing some pretty good damage in Colorado. They do all the normal gang stuff. They're allies with some group called Primero Comando de Capital, rivals Cartel of the Suns. They're primarily Venezuelans, although some members have tattoos. It's important to note that Tren de Aragua doesn't have tattoos which actually signify membership, such as the Maras in Central America, MS-13, or 18th Street. It's similar to other criminal organizations in South America, such as Medellin Cartel, Cali Cartel, which don't use tattoos to signify membership. This prevents members from being easily identified. They're considered the first Venezuelan criminal organization to expand internationally. It has presence in Colombia. Well, okay, I've already listed all that. It's supposed to be primarily dominant with human trafficking and human smuggling in Latin America, and does all kinds of other stuff. Basically, these folks are nasty individuals, and because of the border crisis, they've been flowing into our country pretty strong. And this ain't good for us at all, because we saw how much damage MS-13 did. Now, the first article we're going to talk about is from New York Post. They're saying sheriffs across the U.S. are slamming the Biden-Harris administration over failed border policies that allowed the violent Tren de Aragua gang members who are now threatening to shoot cops. Venezuelan prison gang has sent its members across the southern border posing as migrants seeking asylum in the U.S. While the gang's leadership has given members the green light to shoot American law enforcement officers who try to disrupt their operations. Leaders of the American Sheriff's Alliance called for the national attention to Tren de Aragua's threat and said the source of the gang's actions is the open U.S.-Mexico border. Okay, so this is the first concern that we've got to deal with here, that these folks not only are doing some pretty violent stuff, they are also sitting there getting ready to go after our cops. Now, whether you support cops or not, I would hope to God that you would not want to see them get shot by these fellers. And there are some violent individuals. They're prison gang. I mean, we've got prison gangs here, and you see how they do. So this ain't a good sign. Okay, and here is an article from Fox 31 in Colorado. Uh, this gang's linked to a brutal jewel heist in Denver. Federal officials in El Paso have relinquished custody of an alleged Tren de Aragua gang member they say is linked to a violent June 24th jewelry store robbery in Denver. Homeland Security investigation special agents in Las Cruces, New Mexico last week turned over the suspect to Denver County Sheriff's Department staff for transfer to Colorado. HSI said the man is a Venezuelan national, a member of this gang, and suspect in a June 24th Denver jewelry heist. Brutal robbery caught on video shows several young men posing as clients suddenly turn on the all-female staff and clients. The robbers are seen pulling out guns, pushing open the office door, and pistol whipping two women who fall onto the floor. Young woman can be seen grabbing a baby and running out the back door during the chaos. Suspects made off with an undisclosed amount of jewelry, and police in Denver put out a lookout for 8 males whose likenesses was caught on camera. So here's another bit of violence that they're doing. Now, this last article I'm going to cover. Okay, I said the original article came from Gateway Pundit. Well, let's actually go with Denver News 7 ABC. Special task force investigating Venezuelan gang's alleged ties to Aurora. Aurora City Council members say an apartment complex on Nome Street is closing due to code violations, but some council members allege there's more to the story. Aurora Police Department said it assigned detectives to a special task force to investigate a Venezuelan gang's alleged connections to the city. The announcement came during a City Council public safety meeting on Thursday. We have stood up a task force specific to this group, APD Acting Deputy Chief Chris Jewell. We are actively looking at who they are and what they're doing, how many are there, what is the reality of the situation compared to what the other public information that's going on around nationally is. Rest of it's talking about different things going on. They're in partnership with the Raven Task Force, has assigned 4 detectives to a special task force that includes additional local, state, and federal partners. So, Aurora's worried enough that they're assigning a special task force to this. So, there are some folks that are saying, no, this isn't happening. Others are saying it is. So, at least the police are getting involved in this. This sounds dangerous for them folks. Basically, this gang is committing crimes all over the nation. There are other news stories that I could cover, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to say is this. Here's a violent gang that came across our Swiss cheese of a border. You know what this current administration is doing about the border. You know how bad it is. You've got police commenting on it, Border Patrol commenting on it, everybody's commenting on it, except for the one certain political party, and they're all for. These are supposedly asylum seekers. No, not all of them are. As a matter of fact, most of them are actually criminals of some variety. We need to quit allowing all these folks to be asylum seekers, keep them over the border until we figure out who they are, find out if they're criminals. I don't want to work with the Venezuelan government, but you know what? We might need to. We might need to find out who is coming across this border, because we don't need any more crime here. We've already got violent crime in this country from folks of all skin colors. We don't need more coming in here. This needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed quickly. But how are we going to do that? Because so-called justice system doesn't work to provide justice. It works to provide a bunch of BS and money to private prison corporations. This is not good, and there are people that are going to further people that are going to die because of this. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to tell you what the truth is because this ain't good. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican, I don't care if you're conservative, I don't care if you're liberal, I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.